All right, how's it going? I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to make this video pretty brief because I only have a two problem, not two. I have a few problems with what Dead by Daylight trying to take the direction of this game to. Now, uh, let me scroll. Am I looking at? Okay, here we go. Now, to my surprise, I don't have a problem with what's the name of that perk? Distortion. It looks like Distortion got a buff, cause now there's only one killer that can counter the fuck out of Distortion, and that's Scratch Mirror Myers. Cause he can like eat up your tokens and you will not see it back. So with this new Distortion, you're pretty much is gonna have it at all times, damn near, because he's gonna keep popping out of nowhere and have line of sight on you. Because I think when the killer has line of sight on you, you can get your Distortion back. So he's pretty much is gonna lose you again. So if you use that with Shadow Step, then he's pretty much gonna be beat. So I don't have a problem with the new Distortion, but I think there's some killer perks that I'm still worried about, like Nowhere to Hide, because you're not going to be in chase when that happens. So if your Distortion is already on cooldown, you're going to be seen. I'm trying to think of another killer perk or add-on. I think that might be the only thing that's come to the top of my mind. But other perks like I'm all ears, you're good. Stalemate chase. I mean a stalemate chase, because you're both gonna be able to see each other. Like if you're looping the killer at the killer shack or one of them jungle gyms where there's like a long wall and a pallet. Well, not a long wall, but it's like I don't know what you call that jungle gym where there's a pallet and then you run around it to a window. I can't describe it. I can probably describe it. The pallet, not the pallet, the tile is shaped like a U. Not a U with the curve, but kind of like a computer, like a computer U, not computer, like a calculator U. You know how a U would look on a calculator, and then you put like a a small little line above the opening, and then somewhere where the line is, you throw a pallet there, and then the window would usually be on the left side. It's either the left side or the side where you run past the pallet and then the window like straight ahead. That tile would be good as well, or some other main buildings. But Distortion is not in a pretty bad spot. I don't see Distortion being in a pretty bad spot. So my issue is the finishing Mori. The finishing Mori, it pretty much it punish the best survivor in the game. Like if the survivor is causing the killer a lot of gens, and the killer has to leave that survivor to go chase other people, and then the other people probably not as good in chase as you are, so they're probably gonna die faster. So if you don't want to get Mori, because there's a lot of people that don't mind getting Mori, but I'm one of those guys that kind of want to avoid getting Mori. You might gonna have to throw the game early, but me, I probably just gonna stop playing DBD until like an event comes. You know, like events where you get special items or whatever. Uh, but but yeah. So what the finisher Mori does, it kind of bypass taking the survivor to the hook, which then you would have a little fighting chance of getting off. But here, you're pretty much just dead. You're pretty much just dead. So I I find that kind of problematic. And then if it's like two survivors left and the exit gate is open and somebody is hooked, even if you're healthy, you're gonna debate on should you get that last survivor off that hook and risk giving the killer a free Mori. Ugh. Yeah, so the finisher Mori is like my biggest issue. Alright, let me read the patch notes, see if there's anything else I might be leaving out. We're gonna live forever, poise, blood rush. I'm not sure what blood rush does, but it seems like they nerfed the already niche perk. Leverage, threat, machine learning, deathbound. Now some of these killer perks I'm kind of worried about. Yeah, I'm worried about a lot of these killer perks. Crowd control is one of them. So with a hex like the new crowd control, you may need to have somebody on your team to bring a map if you're playing Swift. Or somebody brings Detective Hunch. What people don't know, if you have a green map and you have Detective Hunch, everything Detective Hunch shows you will be recorded onto that green map. A lot of people don't know that. Or if you see any aura of anything, it will be stored onto the green map. So that's why I don't mind taking the green maps with me, because of all the low, what they call the low tier items, the green map is the one I would actually take, or the green key. But the low tier toolbox, med kit, and all that, I leave that behind. Let me see. The Skull Merchant, I'm not sure what they did with the Skull Merchant. I see they removed the haste, which I don't understand why she had that. The hindered penalty, she shouldn't have got that in the first place. So they just reduced it to 5%. So she's still gonna. They still want the killer to be obnoxious or it's a stronger word I'm looking for. It's not coming to me. Oppressive. They still want the killer to be oppressive. Let's see. Reduced number of drones, scan line. I have no idea. Oh, I see what it is. I see what it is. The scan line is yeah, I know what it is now. Cause with it having two, you have to like run up to it and stop or crouch and then run up to it again. But with one, you're not gonna be running and ducking like you're doing now. I mean like what you would do now. The drones are now always in active state, which ain't bad. I mean it should be if you got one scan line. The see scan lines are now invisible. Okay. Now the hillbilly, I'm kind of surprised that he could actually overheat. So they said that before, well not before, but now it's 15 seconds. And it was annoying as fuck when you're being chased by a hillbilly when you're running around a pallet and he just holding that chainsaw up for well over 30 seconds seems like, and he's not gonna let go until he's like somehow some way got he's close to you. But it's supposed to slow him down. And another killer that's supposed to be slowed down when they're in their power is Deathslinger. Deathslinger can aim his gun and maintain walking speed. Decrease overdrive. Not sure about that. I don't really use Hillbilly. I tried Hillbilly before and I can't really use Hillbilly. Increase chainsaw miss. Did that thing say increase? Okay. So that's good then, I guess. But it's not even much. 2.7 from 2.5? I mean, if a killer miss a instant down attack, you should be getting some breathing room. You earned it. The twins, and unknown. Well, it seems like unknown got a hell of a lot more work than the twins, so the twins shouldn't be too bad. I thought the twins was going to get an overhaul. Well, yeah, that's about it. The only thing I have a problem with is the finishing Mori. It's but now if you're the last survivor and you don't want to give a killer a Mori, you're probably gonna have to hide in lockers or something. But you're gonna have to like get out of a locker and go into another one to keep the birds from giving away your position. But other than that, man, it's a bummer. The distortion, I'm fine with it. Now you can actually beat Scratch Mirror Myers without the need of Shadow Step. Well, that'll do it for this quick live stream.